if you want to get better from chronic illness, you got to train your immune system to trust you again, okay? What happened was your immune system had been traumatized so many times by things you've done, by the foods we were eating, by the places we were living, by the things we were thinking, by the things we were doing, you know? All these things were affecting our immune system. We weren't realizing we were shocking our immune system, and it started to not trust us because it was always in defense, waiting for the next thing to be triggered by, waiting for the next stressor. And this is what happened with me for most of my life, you know? It was a cycle that was actually hard to break because I was actually addicted to the stress. I was addicted to the adrenaline. I was addicted to things that were triggering me, right? So how do you get your immune system to trust you again? You have to, first of all, more than anything, start eating the right foods, okay? If you're eating things like dairy, eggs, nuts and seeds, gluten, processed food, meat more than one time a day, you know, or meat in large servings, you know, even, these things will aggravate the immune system. They've shown that even any type of animal fat immediately causes an immune response, the saturated fat in it, number one. But these other foods like the eggs, dairy, nuts, seeds, gluten, all that, they have complex proteins, which are hard to break down. And when you don't break them down, typically what happens is little bits of this protein leak in through the gut lining into the blood, and then they cause immune reactions and they aggravate the immune system, which makes the immune system, once again, not trust you because now it's not even trusting the food that's coming into your stomach, okay? So the next thing you want to do if you want to get your immune system to trust you is get off all the supplements, okay? Stop your supplements, right? By taking all these supplements, your immune system is believing that your brain's believing something is wrong and that you need to fix it. And so you're taking all these supplements and it's making your immune system more aggravated, okay? Stop all the supplements at least for a period of a couple weeks, all right? And then if you're gonna add anything back because you need key nutrients or you're deficient in certain things, you wanna do plant-based supplements only because you don't wanna give yourself synthetic supplements or it will shock the immune system, okay? Things like plant-based magnesium, zinc, trace minerals, selenium, things like that. You know, these are the things that would be the most important to restore initially. And then acacia fiber and other prebiotics, apple pectin, things like that would help your good bacteria grow, bind to some of those toxins. But the key is all of them have to be shown to calm down the mast cells in studies. They all have to be shown to calm down the mast cells, or some component in them has to be shown to calm down the mast cells. Then you'll know you are not traumatizing your immune system, and your immune system will start to trust you because these supplements will calm them down rather than trigger them. So we talked about the diet, we talked about the supplements. The next thing is going to be investigating your environment, okay? You could be living in a house that has mold and not realize it. Most people who have chronic illnesses, in fact, are living in environments where they're inhaling either mold, mycotoxins, or fungal fragments, and these things are aggravating their mast cells and getting their immune system to, once again, stop trusting him. Because, you know, the reality is you got these things flowing in through your nose, you got things coming in through your mouth, and you're eating, you got thoughts that are coming in that are threatening. I mean, how would you ever get your immune system to feel comfortable? So first of all, we deal with the diet, then we deal with the supplements, then we get out of a place that has mold if we were in a place that has mold, then we start to restructure our thoughts and our beliefs about ourselves, okay? If we're still believing that we're being threatened by something in our life, we're still believing that this illness is gonna be around forever, we're still believing that this relationship is gonna be, you know, is bad for me, and every time you look at them, it makes you feel sick. If we're still observing things in our life that remind us of feelings that are not good, then we will stay stuck in a place where we won't be able to heal. This is the last part that is most important of all. You have to change your associations with the things you're observing. If you change the associations, you could then observe the thing and not be triggered by it. But this is a process of changing the storyline about the event in the association with this thing. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. You have to go ahead and address all these things if you want to retrain your immune system, get it to trust you again. If you don't, you will end up kind of like building in one area and going backwards in another, and your immune system will keep going like this, and we won't be able to fully close the deal per se and fully recondition the immune system. My website is endsickness.org. Feel free to reach out. I got hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos on there teaching you how to heal. Take care.